Welcome to Blooming Wildwood Homestead. I am super excited to have you here today and share with you a few of the things that are going on around the homestead. We have a lot of exciting things going on, some revitalization projects, some new projects that I might tell you about in a little while. Very exciting stuff. Today I want to talk a little bit about some of the challenges and things that you might run into as you move to a new homestead. When you first look at a piece of property, you're probably seeing a lot of potential for all of the things that you want to do on that homestead, and that is fantastic. As you start to kind of work through some of those things, you might begin to find some buried treasures or some challenging areas on your property that you might have to work through. And today we're going to take a look at a definite hidden treasure, hopefully. Well, it was definitely hidden. Hopefully it's a treasure. And I want to kind of go through some of the things that I'm going to be doing to try to revitalize that and bring it from a disaster into something that is hopefully productive and usable. So come along with me and let's take a look at what we've got going on. Sorry if I'm kind of squinting today. We are in for another scorcher. For the next couple of days we're going to be upper 90s, and so the sun is right in my face. But if we don't get out here early, it's going to be a challenge to be out here at all, because let's be honest, I don't work very well in the heat. So this area right behind me was full of grass, and it just hasn't been something that was high on my priority list to get taken care of right away. There were some other bigger projects that needed to be tackled first. However, inside of this grassy area, there is a currant bush that is a black currant, and it's looking a little peaked right now. To be totally honest, I think the drought's hitting it pretty hard, and I'm hoping that we can kind of revitalize that and bring it back to life. And then behind me, we also have a fig tree, and this fig tree's just kind of been hanging out. I think it's quite a few years old, maybe 3 or 4. And to my knowledge, from my understanding, nothing has ever produced on it. It's never really grown much. There's very, very minimal new growth on there this year, and it's just kind of stagnant. So my goal is today that I've got the grass knocked down around here, and I want to be able to clean it up. It was definitely in a disaster, and like I said, these plants are looking pretty peaked, but I'm hoping that we can clean up around it and put down some bark, water them really well, and just see if we can bring them back to life. And hopefully they will start producing and be productive in the future. But we're going to try and do some revitalization now. So I'm going to go ahead and try to clean out some of this grass and see if we can find some stock down there.
I never felt tomorrow closing in this fast. Oh, I guess time's in a rush. Leaves are falling down, but at least they grow back, while I'm on a one-way track. Now I know what it means to grow old. Yeah, now I know the time.
So I tried to dig out some of the grass right around it, some of the weeds right around it, to leave a little buffer around the base. And then we're going to go ahead and put down some cardboard and some bark. The purpose of the cardboard is to try and help suppress some of this grass and the weeds that are growing up. And then the bark will hopefully provide some nutrition and help revitalize the soil. All right, this guy's set up for some bark. Let's go ahead and take a look at that fig. Here we have the fig tree, and it definitely has some height, probably because it was competing with all of the grass in here. However, you can see if we do a close-up, there's just not much new growth. Very, very minimal. Barely anything coming along. So, I don't know. It's definitely still alive, but just not doing much of anything. Maybe we can change that. We're gonna try and have the attitude that anything is fixable. We'll see if that's true. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing that I did on the currant. Try to clear out some of that grass and weed, and then we'll lay down some cardboard and put bark around this tree as well. I think we're gonna see if we can go get some bark and go from there. I do have to say that this little trailer is one of the best investments we could have made. One of the beautiful things about this trailer is that it comes off, so it makes it a little easier for dumping. Definitely much better than it was, and we're just gonna pump the water to it, and hopefully by keeping the weeds down, this fig tree will eventually start to put out some new growth and actually fruit. I have my next load for the currant bush, and I'm probably not gonna put the whole load on there, but let's see how much. I'm gonna go ahead and put in a little water, and we'll take a final look at our plants. there we have it. We have the beautiful fig. Hopefully we come back to life and get some new growth. And of course, the blackcurrant. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed today's video and learned something, or maybe are inspired to go and take a look at an area on your homestead that you're feeling like is a disaster. Go give it a try and see if you can revitalize something today. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, and of course I would always appreciate a subscribe, and I can't wait to see you back here on our next video. Bye everyone. If you stayed all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much. As promised, I have a little bonus for you. If you remember back, I don't know, a few weeks ago, we transplanted out the elderberries, and I was concerned because of the fact that it's a drought right now and the elderberries, we're going into some really dry ground. So I want to show you what they're looking like and just give you a quick update on how they're doing. Right here we have one of the sampos, and this was the very first one that I showed you. It was super dry in this ground, and the ground was really clay-like, very rocky, and you can see we have some new growth already, and it seems to have really taken hold and looks really good. So I'm super excited. Let's check out our other ones. Here's another sampo. Again, I'm seeing some new growth kind of right in here. Looks like it's taking hold and doing well. Here's our third one. And I think we might have a little bit of new growth coming out this direction, but it does look like it's at least taking hold, doing pretty well. And this is one of the Alessos. Again, it's looking really good. Not quite so much on the new growth, but I think these are a little bit slower to grow. And then of course, the baby, which I was really concerned was going to die because it's so tiny. However, it still seems to be surviving, although I gotta get in here and get some weeds out. But we're doing okay, surviving the drought-like conditions. All right guys, see you next time.